Unfortunately, I have no idea if I'm going live. I have no idea. Oh, look, it is. Copy. Go to the URL, please. Copy. There we go. Go to the thumbs URL, up. Anyway. There we go. Can I pop out the chat? I can. Look at that. All thumbs. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and I guess paste it into social media. Look at that. Oh, everybody can freaking find it. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and I guess paste it into social media. Look at that. Sanctuary. Freaking find it. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and I guess paste it into social media. Look at that. New post. Sanctuary. Freaking find it. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and I guess paste it into social media. Look at that. New post. Sanctuary. Freaking find it. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and I guess paste it into social media. What? New post. Sanctuary. Freaking find it. Okay, I copied it. I'm going to go ahead and of course I do. Because why not? There we go. Oh, because I left the speaker off mute. So since I have to be in the video to see the chat now because I can't get to the damn... Yeah. Really? So if I mute the speaker on XSplit, then you don't get the echo. But I did just share the link on social media. So I'm back. And I've yet to have an experience where I do a live show without getting off without a hitch.
That's what I was going to tell you. You know why this happened, right? Because you were
because everything was working perfect.
This will be the first time it's gone off without a hitch, and it'll be great.
Yep, that's what happens. So now that everybody left, I feel abandoned.
No. Well, what are they supposed to do? Sit there and stare at your
blink screen, right? Well, anyway, I don't know if I'm going to wind up keeping this or deleting it or what off the channel, but I have no idea where I was talking about. I was helping a cat out the door, and then my microphone decided to short out on me, which caused my computer to do a blue screen of death. So I had to wait for the whole thing to load back up all the way. My next computer is getting an SSD.
And I keep telling you need a new microphone, but you're like, no, this one's fine, you love it, but you need a new damn microphone.
It's first generation Snowball, so it doesn't have any of the cool little buttons on it or anything like that. And in reality, I've had this microphone for quite a while. I used it when I started streaming on Twitch in 2014. It's been shipped and used and attached to random stuff, and it was plugged into an OBS pipe, OSB, whatever. OSB. Because I needed, instead of having this cool little arm that Sam broke, I had to use a pipe back in the day.
I can't help it if you put it in my way.
Then don't slide your damn chair over so far.
You had it sitting in my space.
No, it's right. It was right there.
It was
in front of my computer. You have 2 feet.
It was in my space.
It's almost like she went out of her way.
Did not.
That's okay. I'm gonna get one of those cool ones that attach to a desk so I can bring it down. It's on a scissor arm. And there was a set that I was looking at on Amazon that has a microphone and the arm and the pop filter and all the cool stuff for like $150, but this trip to Utah is gonna tap me out. I get paid. I just don't know if I get paid on Friday. So I had to sell off all my investments, which wasn't really all that much, but it's kind of a bummer because they were starting to grow. Everything was starting to go up and be worth more, but I had to sell them all off so I can get to Utah and back So I don't know if I'm going to get paid or not. Worst case scenario, I get paid that Monday, but I need to pay for the hotel on Sunday, so. I'm not helping another cat out that door. That's what caused my microphone to short out the last time. They can wait.
They're fine. They're fine. They can wait.
They only want to go out the door because it's closed.
That's it. That's the only reason. They'd sit in here for fucking hours.
And you know, it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't a glass door, so they can see through it. So they're like, I can see out there. I want out there. Oh well. So anyway, I lost my train of thought. I can't remember what the hell I was talking about.
Aside from the fact your computer decided to die.
Yeah, it decided to crap out on me. Participants. I don't know if that's participants or if that's just.
What that is.
Did you put new link on Twitter and other places so people can pick you back up? I just kept checking YouTube. Yep, I posted it on Twitter. Yeah, here we go. Part 2. After my computer blue screened on me. Shared it on Twitter and Facebook. But, oh well. Never, you know, just once. I would like, see, it's just going to show chatters. Just once I would like everything to go off that edge. Where I start the stream and it works perfect.
The whole time?
Yeah, without any crashes or taking me 10 minutes to get connected back to YouTube or losing my connection with XSplit for some reason and failing to load up an event. Had it all planned out. Everything was going great. Then my microphone shorted out on me, which caused my computer to restart. And then Windows had an update, so I had to wait for that to go through.
Which I thought you had it set up to not auto update.
I had it set up to update at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that was like last Friday, and it hasn't updated since. And I don't know why. I told it to do it at 3 a.m. But
and it's not like you turn off your computer, so
never. So now it's just Microsoft saying, I ain't gonna let you do it. So we're gonna wait till you crash before we update your computer. Yay. Anyway. And I was completely lost at what I was talking about.
Well, that's fine. It just gives you a jumping point to start something new.
Okay. What are we
reading?
Well. Can't hear Sam very well. I have my volume at max.
See, it's crazy. I could hear me so well when I was listening in on the headset.
See, and it picks you up a little bit, but not all the way.
See, I could slide closer, but then I'd bump it, or I'd be in camera, and I don't want to be in camera because it looks like crap. I traveled all day.
And sometimes Sam uses her normal voice, which is fairly loud, but recently it's more of been really quiet.
What?
Oh, I don't know who Rhonda Wimberly is.
Okay.
Well, if she's watching, hello. Anywho,
but see, you forgot, so it doesn't matter. So you get a chance to start all over again and talk about something that doesn't hurt your feelings.
I did start a new story on Wattpad today. Or no, yesterday. I don't know if I can finish 7 because the next part of 7 involves a train and it's still kind of a touchy subject. So I'm trying something different with a fantasy story that's based in Dungeons and Dragons. So essentially I'm going to roll out the whole story. So I'm actually going to play the game while I'm writing. So whatever happens in the game is what I'm going to write.
I think that sounds fun. I can't wait to try. I can't wait to read it, but I need you to finish something. Would be great. Or not put it on hold for 4 years.
Oh, I was going to finish 7.
Well, I get why you don't want to finish 7, and I'm perfectly okay with that. But
and I'll finish 7 eventually.
Waiting for 4 years between chapters in a story that you're writing.
Not 4, 3.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3.
I started 7 in 2016 in September. Because I wanted it to be entered into
the Woodies.
the Waddies for no, it was a Halloween. It was a horror contest on Wattpad, and so I started in September of 2016, and 3 years later, I got one chapter left in it to do, and I was going to have it done by Halloween. That was my goal.
Shit happens.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it just yet. So
well, and that's understandable.
I like how this new story's planning out, though. Yeah, it's going to be kind of interesting.
I think it'll be fun.
Playing Dungeons and Dragons with my daughters last weekend actually gave me the idea of the story. So
playing Dungeons and Dragons with the girls last weekend was a super adventure.
It was okay once I got into it, but it was chaos, like I knew it would be. It was fun.
They are chaos, though.
Chaos and mayhem. The required reading. Oh, as for videos, I do have some plans that I want to do. I still want to do a first look at Steemit, which is a cryptocurrency-based social media hub. It has some coolness to it. Not sure if it's something that would get you rich quick or anything like that, but as promised, I'm not a big fan of cryptocurrency things only because I'm a realist. And so when I write content for a client and they pay me in PayPal. So the money goes directly into my PayPal account, and I have a PayPal debit card. So I can go swipe it down at Safeway or go shopping or pay a bill or whatever. Can't do that with cryptocurrency. Safeway doesn't take Bitcoin. So that's the only reason why I'm not really gung-ho about cryptocurrency for pay for doing writing. But this is more, Steemit's more of a social media thing, and you earn coins, I guess, whatever that Steemit uses, when you're interacting with content. So not just writing it, but also reading it and upvoting and leaving comments and stuff like that. So there's all kinds of different ways you can generate Steemit points, coins, whatever it's called.
It seems weird.
It is. It's not really weird. Just a way for them to pay people for engaging the system, I guess. And
so
a friend of mine on Facebook is who turned me on to it, and he used to have an account that was worth a lot, but then Steemit, the value of it dropped. That's another thing I don't like about cryptocurrency. It's that it fluctuates so much that your account could be worth thousands and thousands of dollars one day, and then like the next day it could be worth pennies. And there's just too much in it. And for me to be able to pay my bills as a freelance writer, I would rather spend the time doing something that I know will pay.
Something that you can actually, that's not so much fluctuation. That I think the uncertainty of never knowing day to day what you're actually making. I mean,
it's the whole premise behind it, the blockchain stuff. It's far more secure, and there's a lot of potential behind it. Like I would use it for like protecting voting and registration, because it's almost pretty much unhackable. So there's all kinds of different potential abilities with it. So, but the cryptocurrency thing, I'm not too convinced on just yet. I'm still going to do a first look at it, and I only just looked at the surface because I like to be surprised when I do my videos. So I've got one going for that. There's a few others that I had some ideas for that I think would be kind of fun to do. I can't remember offhand. I know I'm going to do a review of the Google plugin site kit for WordPress. That's pretty cool. It brings all the Google stuff directly into WordPress, so you don't have to open up a bunch of tabs. What else? Yeah, see, I have it all written down in Asana, and right now my mind is just mush. It's been a really rough week, and it's one of the good things about using Asana and other applications like that is that you can keep yourself focused on it. And so I don't have to try to remember that I want to do certain things because I wrote it down.
It's nice though, because anytime that you're talking with somebody and come up with an idea, or like, oh, I need to, you pull it up on your phone and put it in there, your ideas, because you've done that many times when we've been driving around or anything like that. You'll be like, oh, hold on, I need to remember that, and you make notes,
and then I'll forget to look at the notes. Like the note, yeah, I did that in. Did I do that in Omaha?
Yeah.
And I still haven't opened it since because I forgot.
Well,
but I wrote a note.
That was the whole point. Was you came up with a great idea for an article for one of the sites.
I did, didn't I? Yeah.
You need notes with reminders.
Well, that's what Asana is for. I like using Asana because like whenever I'm doing work for something else, if I get an idea, I can just throw it in Asana real fast, and then I can look back at it and say, "Oh yeah, I wanted to do that." You should see the one I have for Green Geeks. I mean, I got all kinds. My Asana list, my task list, is like really extensive. And since Asana is free, figure what the hell.
Well, that's a way to keep track of it.
Yeah, anything to keep me going and focused, I guess. But I'm hoping that some of the new videos that I have coming out soon will help with the subscriber count. Less centered around Text Broker, even though I'll still do Text Broker videos, but I would like to touch some of the other stuff that I'm doing. And one of them is being creative writing. Like I want to do more Wattpad videos and start getting ready, possibly thinking about publishing something, but I'd have to finish the story first. I was getting pretty jazzed and excited before last Monday. I had a good plan going.
I think it's possible to get back on that plan, and just need some readjustment and a little bit of time. And I don't know that anything besides taking some time is going to do anything.
I wonder if okay. So we're experiment time. I'm going to move the microphone and see if we can get Sam better on the mic. Let's try doing this without setting the blue screen of death. Which means I might have to talk louder so they can hear me.
Yeah, but he doesn't ever talk loud, so it's going to end up being a problem.
Probably. No, it's not like I have a huge audience anyway.
Still.
I was thinking about using the wireless mics, but for using them on the computer, it's really, I don't know if it's because I don't talk loud enough or what, but you can't hear me. So which is kind of a bummer. It's one of those lapel mics that are supposed to be really good, and it just doesn't work.
We couldn't get it to work. What were we trying to... Streaming. We were streaming on Twitch? Is that when we were going to use it?
Well, I was trying to get it to work when Julie was here, and I couldn't get the microphone to work right.
We spent like 2 hours that day trying to get it to work too.
On Twitch?
Maybe? I think we were trying to get it...
I don't think we did.
I don't remember. I just remember we sat here trying to make them work. And at first we couldn't even get your computer to pick them up. And then it worked well on Erebeth for a minute, because when we were going to get Erebeth to talk, we were trying to figure out, because her microphone's crap.
I don't think we did the wireless mics on Erebeth.
No, we were trying to figure out if it would work, because her microphone's crap. So we spent like 2 hours messing around with it that day.
I don't remember that at all.
Of course you don't. You don't remember shit.
Whatever. She's lying.
I am not.
You are too. Don't lie. Liar.
Oh.
But it was kind of cool. I've trying to get back into streaming on Twitch, which was fun. I wanted to do that last week. I did create the video for Colorado Plays, our first one. It came out kind of cool, I thought. Still don't know what I'm doing with Crossing Colorado, but right now Rider Sanctuary is my flagship. So,
well, and if Rider Sanctuary is what people are watching and what people are enjoying, then I guess go with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd really like Colorado Plays to get back to where it was and increase.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun before we stopped. I don't know why we stopped. It was a lot of fun.
We're both slackers.
It sucked.
And there's always something else to do. And like last week, before all that happened, you were going to have to not stream on Tuesday night so you could go to a volleyball game.
Yeah, that's right. So we went out I was supposed to watch my daughter play volleyball. Kind of got late to that.
I know, we told her. She was just excited to see you.
Wanted to stream yesterday, but I don't know.
You should have streamed your cat house.
Should have streamed building the cat house. Oh, that would have been awesome.
Yeah,
or at least made a video of it. We could have parked the camera right there.
And done like a time lapse.
See, now I want
building.
Now I want to do it again. So I have this cardboard cat house here. That's where the cats can lay in and scratch. It has a scratch pad in it, but it was kind of old and it was falling apart, and they were crushing it. And one side of it was like at a 45-degree angle.
It was sad looking.
Yeah. So I took it apart and then found some cardboard boxes and rebuilt it from scratch using by hand. So I traced out all the patterns for it in cardboard and used Gorilla Tape to tape it together because they'll never tear that apart. But it looks just like the original cat house without the extra added decorations and paint that you get from the store. So right now it's just a basic brown cardboard.
Yeah, but they don't care what color it is. They just want their house back. Yeah, they're just happy to have their house.
Yeah, they love that thing. They can crawl into it, and there's a scratching pad in there that they sleep on. There's a scratching pad on the top. It's got a little roof on the front where they can go in and out. Yeah, they're pretty happy that I fixed it. So, but that took me about 4 hours to do, and what I did was I turned on Netflix and watched Deep Space Nine for about 4 hours while I was building it.
Deconstruct it, then rebuild it on live stream.
I could, but that'd be such a waste of tape. Right now, there's a lot of Gorilla Tape on it. But yeah, it's pretty solid. It's a hell of a lot more solid than the original. So,
well, I'm sure the original was only meant for kittens, not the fat asses that you have.
Yeah, I got cats that almost push 20 pounds. So, yeah, it was fun. It was a great diversion. I didn't have to really think too much. I just put the pattern down and took the knife and the scissors and the tape and cut it all up. All the cats figured they had to help me. That was an adventure. Max kept laying on all of it. So there's some of the, if you look closely, you can see all the little dents from where she was laying on the cardboard.
Well, of course they had to help. You were doing something on the floor.
Yeah. But it was pretty cool. And now that I think about it, I'm like, God, that would have been so cool if I would have recorded that.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll have to do another one. Maybe I'll plan out another one and make it more elaborate.
I'm sure they'd love that.
Hello, Ron Kincaid. Sorry you missed the part 1.
Hello.
Everything was going great until I stood up and there's a short in my microphone. So when I stood up and walked away from it, for some reason it vibrated and it shorted out my computer, went to blue screen of death, and decided to restart everything. So this is part 2 to that. Waste of tape, but maybe fun. Make it an instructional cat house video. I could, I guess.
I'm sure my cats would absolutely love something like that.
Build another one. Your cats would crush it.
Ash would eat it.
Yeah.
She has a problem with cardboard.
It'd be in pieces.
She eats cardboard.
It's really cool. If my camera wasn't attached to my monitor, I'd show it to you. But anywho. So that was pretty much everything in a nutshell. Was doing stuff around the house. Had to finish before I came in. No problem, man. If you watch the first part, that's probably published on the channel already. Now. You'll kind of get a hint, guess as to what was going on. I tried to join it again once I restarted, but the computer just didn't want to have anything of it. So I tried to create the duplicate of the stream, and XSplit wasn't connecting. So I had to create a whole new live stream. So now I got 3 of them on there. Only 2 of them are, I guess, the first one and then this one. But the second one I'm going to have to delete because it was crapped out.
It was, yeah.
But it's been, I was just going over how it's been a rough week. And if you haven't seen the first one, I lost my son on last Monday. And I've been trying to work through all of that. And I had to take some time. I couldn't get to work. I couldn't do any work. This last weekend, I was home alone, and actually, it was quite helpful. I focused a lot on other things I needed to do. I spent some time with myself and putting things into perspective, and I think it was beneficial. Actually, it was like probably one of the first weekends I've had to myself in since I lived in LA. No, that's not true. There's been a few times. Yeah, there's been a few times when you guys didn't come down. So at the beginning of the year. So I had to adapt to all that. So it's been a rough one. And the other person here with me today is Sam.
Hello.
I would add her channel, but she's got one video.
And it's stupid, so we're not going to do that because it's awful.
She's also the moderator on my Twitch channel. So
yeah. The Twitch is Colorado Plays channel.
Colorado Plays.
Yeah.
So all that's been a load of fun. But I tell you, there's times where my heart goes out to you. That may be the deepest pain we mortals must endure. Exactly. It's just, there's no words to describe losing a child. Especially when you, like I said in the first video, that if there was a, if it was a sickness or some kind of terminal illness,
something to prepare.
Yeah, then you'd be prepared for it.
But it still would suck, but at least this was just a complete and total shock. And
my son was walking across a train track, and that was it. And so I have questions, and I'll never know the answers to, and it's rough,
to put it mildly.
Yeah. I get, like, when I start talking about him, I just start blanking out again. And being a writer, my mind tortures me. So I will, get clips, visualize of him standing on the tracks, and sometimes it sucks being a writer. Because your imagination runs away with you with stupid shit. And you fill in the blanks. And then you can't get the visions out of your head unless you find something else to take your time.
It creates problems sleeping.
And now I'm just blank. Okay. What else are we talking about?
What do you have coming up? Let's see, we talked about... Well, I'm just trying to think. I'm like,
I don't know.
I don't know. Some ideas for some videos for Writer Sanctuary.
Which I had a whole bunch for. I just forgot what they were. I guess I look at Asana.
When and where do you know?
When and where do I know? Oh. So...
Jeez. I'm like, you
I was
look at
just
it to
looking-
read it.
I was just looking at it, so it must have appeared just as I looked away.
Okay.
So do you know when and where the next word camp is that you'll be attending? Well, I was supposed to attend the word camp in Salt Lake, but there was a problem with someone that's going to be there that used to work for the company, and they don't want us to interact. It's a big mess. And so I won't be doing Salt Lake. And they're trying to save money, so they won't be sending me to word camp St. Louis, which is a bummer because that's one I really wanted to go to. Aside from that,
I was gonna say, do you know?
not a clue. Nobody tells me anything.
Nobody tells you nothing.
Exactly. I didn't know I was going to Kansas City until like a month before.
Yeah.
Just kind of dropped it on me. Oh, by the way, you're going to Kansas City. Like, oh, thanks.
Oh, thanks. Yay.
But because they're trying to save money, they probably won't send me to any faraway ones. But I'm going to start angling the CEO because he has my number and I have his. Start angling the CEO to send me to Hawaii if there's a word camp there.
Yes, because word camp Hawaii is definitely where you need to go, right?
I'll never come home. No, I probably would. It's like the Virgin Islands.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
Yeah. See me later. But we have word camps all over the place. I know they got word camps. We have people actually attending the word camp in Berlin recently.
Yeah, I saw it
Brazil,
on Twitter.
We have 2 people in South America. They went to Brazil. Trey went to Costa Rica, Nicaragua. I would love to go to Belize, but I don't think we'll ever get one in Belize.
Yeah.
There's another place that I'll never come back from. Of course, you have to have a passport for that.
That's not hard to get.
Maybe I'll get over there, then Trump will build his wall and I can't get back. Valid excuse.
Right.
Sorry, can't get home. There's a wall in my way.
Hey, you can work from anywhere, so it doesn't matter.
That's true. My job goes with me anywhere, so it doesn't matter where I live, I can always log in and work. So, like, I don't know if there's any other places I'd rather go, really. I love Colorado. Estes Park is a good one I would probably live in.
But that's here in Colorado.
Silverthorne.
Silverthorne's kind of cool.
Yeah, on the other side of the mountain ridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful up there. But yeah, Estes Park. But aside from that, I really don't know because I'll have to look at the chart because nobody tells me anything until
you're
ready.
being asked, hey, do you have your plane ticket yet? And you're like, plane ticket for what? What?
They didn't even tell me that I wasn't going to Salt Lake. They just, oh, by the way, and here's the write-up that you have to do. And I look at it and nobody's going to Salt Lake. So I'm like, fuck, I'm right here. Why am I not going to Salt Lake? That's my home. Well, Ogden's my home, but Salt Lake I have family at. And that would have been fun, but aside from that, I know we got a few more for the rest of the year. I'm not sure what or where or when anybody's sending me to anything, so oh well. It's not like I need the money or anything. I just like doing them because they're fun.
It gets you out of your comfort zone.
Gets me out of the house.
Gets you meeting other people and interacting with people on a completely different level than what you normally do.
I went to Kansas City. I went to Omaha. Yeah, I
you went to
did
Colorado.
3. And then
well,
I did Denver.
Denver.
It's like right here. That's not really a trip.
Hey, you gotta stay in a hotel.
Yeah, they did book a hotel for me. They didn't want me traveling back and forth from Westminster to Denver, which really isn't that much of a travel, but whatever. But it put me right there at the word camp, so. Wasn't that the one that was like right? No, that was Omaha.
No, that was
we were
Omaha.
like a block away from the venue, walking distance. So, yeah. Unfortunately, so that was the long answer to Julie's question. But when I'm going back to work camp, which did help and take my mind off my kids. So thank you very much, Julie.
So I don't remember what I was going to ask. That was super awesomely special of me. Go me.
Good job. You sucked into the yuck, Flanders.
Right? You'd think it'd be better at this. I don't know how to shut my face.
Right? You're like one of the most mouth-flapping people I've ever met.
I know, but you put me on camera and I'm like, I don't know what I'm saying.
Hi.
Right?
I don't know. Got a lot of cool things I wanted to do. It's really kind of crappy though. This is my favorite time of the year. Everything from October 1st through January 5th, because I'll leave the tree up indefinitely unless someone makes me take it down. I think it was up last year until like February something.
I think it was up till February.
Yeah.
He has trouble. He wants to put it up now, the Christmas tree, and he's not allowed to put it up till the day after the. Oh, sorry. He wants to put it up the day. He wants to put it up November 1st, but he's not allowed to put it up. His roommate says no until the day after Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So I'll decorate the house throughout October, which I wanted to do last week, but it kind of got sidetracked. So I'm going to pull out the decorations this week and try to get as much up as I can before going to Utah. And then November, he won't let me put it up on November 1st. So
no, not allowed. Every month should be October, my favoring month. I agree. I love October. See, the thing he's trying to figure out now is he has a charity thing, Halloween party, and he has no idea what to be for Halloween.
Yeah, not a clue. Last year I went as a lone survivor from Fallout 4, and the charity that we're going to do is Geeks of Grandeur, and it's more video game based. So I wanted to try doing something like a video game or a superhero of some kind, and I'm at a loss this year. So
I have no idea what I'm being either. I was gonna be the Mad Hatter, and I have everything in my Amazon cart, but when I was looking to buy it this weekend, it was gonna cost me like $168, and I'm like, nope, never mind. Need a new idea.
It's nothing compared to what I was gonna buy. $300. And what was it? Oh no, there was a Captain America one that I saw too.
Yeah,
because we were looking at Doctor Strange.
That's right. It was the Doctor Strange one that was the $300.
And then I saw that they had the same company had Captain America.
Yep.
And I saw some Wolverine stuff. But I don't know.
You only have 2 weeks.
I know.
To figure, 3 weeks, I guess, to have it figured out and done. Which is why it was going to cost me so much, because some of the stuff was not Prime. So I would have had to order it and had to pay for the express shipping, which was like $35 for a bunch of items.
Yeah. See, I think what's going to wind up happening is I'm going to go down to like either Spirit or what's the other one?
Wizard. We went to Wizard's Chest last year.
What's the one that Dan took us to?
Oh, Disguises. I love Disguises.
Probably go down to Disguises and just throw something together. Which I have a pretty active imagination, so I think I could throw something together from Disguises pretty easily.
That's what I did last year, and it ended up coming out amazing. But
yeah, I loved Airbeth's steampunk outfit.
Oh my goodness, her steampunk was amazing.
That was awesome.
I was actually thinking I might just fall back and do a steampunk thing this year, just because I have nothing else. I got nothing, but I have just about everything I'd need to do.
Well, I still have the outfit in the Pip-Boy from Fallout 4, but I don't want to do the same thing twice to the same party
for the same event, for the same fundraiser.
Yeah, that would be kind of dull. I could go Deadpool. I got my Deadpool pajamas.
You wear pajamas?
Why the fuck not?
Oh my.
You know, it's helpful to laugh. It is.
Yes, it is.
So that's what I mean. It's about getting my mind off other things and focusing on, well, like Dad said, as crass as it sounds, life still goes on. And so I have to find a way to keep living.
To keep.
And wallowing in sadness and despair isn't living.
No, it's really not.
I still have an incredible amount of people depending on me for random stuff.
For everything.
And it's not just like the blogs or the YouTube channel. My 307 subscribers now. But my team at Green Geeks, all the people that read our content, the people on social media. I mean, there's a lot of people that rely on me, and so I need to focus.
Step it up and focus.
And it's hard, but it's helpful when I have people in my life that make it easier. So people like Julie and Sam and my brother Brian and even Ron. I had Shyman on earlier.
I know, before your stupid computer
Yeah,
crashed.
before the computer crashed, I had a few people watching. And then decided to take a crap on me. But it's the people who interact and help me get through things is
I think the interaction, whether we are streaming on Twitch, whether you are doing the live streams on YouTube for Writer Sanctuary, what any of that is the best part of any of it is the actual live interaction. And
oh yeah, I love chatting with people. I love talking with people while playing games. I'm way better in the whole. If I have
when you're not just talking to yourself.
Yeah, like when I interviewed Chris on the live stream.
Oh, I like that one.
Last month.
Yeah.
We had a great conversation. It went on for a lot longer than we thought. So
yeah, it did.
It was. I do so much better when I have interaction. But when I'm sitting there trying to think of things to say, especially right now after everything that's happened, it's really hard to stay on the track on my own. That's the second train. Oh, yeah. Anyway, see, and now I'm.
Don't do that.
Don't do what? Bite my teeth? Still trying to get used to the dentures. They keep making mouth noises, and it's pissing me off. Because I won't know that I'm doing it until I look back at the video. I'm like, holy crap, it sounds like I'm eating chips. It's. Oh. Anyway. Dead air.
Dead air.
But as for the YouTube channel, I'm not giving up. It's just going to be kind of hard to get back into the swing of things. I do have some ideas, and as long as I stick with my schedule that I have every day, I should be okay. I got quite a bit done today, and so I think tomorrow will be another good day, and then we'll just take it one day at a time.
I think having a schedule to stick to just it is so much more helpful than trying to sit there and figure out what you're doing on your own by yourself. And
yeah. Oh yeah, because like I'll look at my like before I had all this schedule planned out, things I wanted to do, and it didn't always fall together right. I always had something else going on, or I get sucked into the weird places of YouTube, or start binge watching crap on Netflix. Essentially, just sitting around wasting my time. But before the death of my son, I was starting to get into this mindset. I was starting to reclaim some of the passion I had before, and I was really getting excited about doing things again, like doing the Twitch streams and doing the charity events for the gaming stuff, and just getting back into the things I loved doing before. And then I lost my son, and then it just like everything exploded in my face. But I think getting back into all that will help me. I can't really say get over it, but it'll help sidetrack me. I won't sit there and focus on Kiefer and think about him getting hit by the train.
Think about the what ifs.
Oh yeah, the what ifs are what do the most damage, and especially for a writer. And when you have an active imagination like mine, it can get pretty dark. And so doing all these other things is helping a lot. Like I was doing great all the way up until I hit the go live earlier. I did all the work I needed to do. I was on task. I did everything. I was actually way farther ahead than I wanted to be. And I hit that go live button. I started talking about my son, and it just
froze up.
Oh yeah, like a deer in the headlights. That's still I start pausing periodically. So, but I don't have any plans of quitting. I'm not going to just toss everything and
Be
disappear
done.
into
Screw
nothing.
it.
Yeah, it's just gonna take some time. But I do have a lot more videos coming up. Um, different ways to make money writing. I was thinking about doing webinars and showing people how to restructure sentences and show you some of the worst things I come across as an editor and ways to improve writing, especially.
I was gonna say you were gonna do the one about the stuff you come across.
Yeah. My top 10.
What not to do. Your top 10 what not to do when writing content for other people.
The top 10, I'm going to stab you in the face if you do it again to my team type of errors. There's some things where I'll tell them, like, don't do this over and over and over. Every time I ask, are you guys trying to drive me crazy? One of my writers says, what if we are? Like, well, you could do that, but I don't think you'd like the outcome. No, they're great, though. I love my team. But there's a lot of things that I would love to show off. Not show off, but I would love to go over some of the things that you can do, some of the small things that really peeve off the editors. So, figure if I could teach Sam how to write, I could teach anybody.
Right, because I'm awful. I don't write. I do some.
You do?
See, she that kind of stuff. I do drive
Uber. Everybody poops.
There's a book called that.
That's why I said it.
I don't write. I can't. Oh my goodness. I write and run on sentences. It's awful. I've done a couple articles for Mike for Crossing Colorado or Colorado Place.
She underestimates the value of a period. Or a comma.
I don't.
Or an apostrophe. Oh, that's one of the bad things about being an editor is going through and looking at all the memes that you come across. And I think I've said this in a video before, but like all these funny memes that you see on Facebook, and they're ruined for me because all I can see is grammatical errors. Like you're missing an apostrophe. That's not how you spell that. Where's the period?
That should have a question mark.
Come across that a lot. Like, so it kind of ruins the fun a bit. Oh.
So one of the things I have asked him to do is maybe do a series of how-to videos for people who really have no concept of how to get started on how to do anything when it comes to writing, but want to have a vlog, want to have something like that.
So how to essentially structure your paragraphs and stuff.
Yeah. You know, instead of having a run-on sentence that runs on for 4 paragraphs.
Yeah. But there's all things that I'd like to do, get into. I'll still do some text broker videos, but I really, really want to expand into other things. So hope that I don't lose a lot of people because of that, because I know most of my subscribers came from the text broker videos. But I think we can move past that and help you guys make more money. Maybe it's the idea. I think I did a video on a step-by-step on how I went from doing text broker to where I am today. And I'm not like making thousands and thousands of dollars a day or anything like that, but I do make enough to pay all my bills, and I could be making more if I was to dump all the side stuff I'm doing, which I don't want to do. But right now I make plenty of money. And so I went from doing text broker full time to where I'm at today. And so I wanted to try helping, see if we can figure out how to get some of you guys to get into that same spot. Because, well, it kind of creates competition for myself, but there's a lot to be said about experience. Well, I've been doing this for a long time. So.
And there's always a need for experienced writers. He cannot find anybody ever when he needs somebody to hire, when he's looking and trying to find somebody that can do what he needs done. Yeah, is such a struggle.
Content is king, and if you can write, there's always jobs. Everybody wants content. So I've got quite a few ideas going. on my head for the next 300 subscribers. I would like to do something fun. I want to do something fun for 300, but it just, to be honest, I didn't realize I was that close on Thursday. And by the time I realized I hit 300, I was knee deep in depression. So I did kind of show it off on Twitter and Facebook, but I just couldn't really get into the whole woohoo.
Doing a video, doing something.
It was really cool. I love every one of my subscribers. I think it's awesome. It's just at the moment, it's really hard to get overly excited about it, at least for the next week or two. I'm sure that once the dust settles, that I'll be far better off. But for now, we'll just go through the motions to survive. Do you ever critique content, tell writers how they could do better, their work, etc.? Actually, I do. I haven't checked my email recently because of all the things that have been going on, but I've had a few people send me stuff to writersanctuary.com. I got a contact form there, and so people have been sending me stuff to take a look at it and see what they could do to improve. And sometimes I feel bad because I will list everything wrong with the entire article, and I'm like, God, this is gonna make this person feel like crap. They're not gonna write ever again. Like that last one I did, there was like 20 or so things wrong with it, and I was trying not to sound douchey about it, but I was like pointing out this needs to be done this way. This sentence is too long. You can do better if you put a comma here, period. That's not how you spell that. This
was that Ty's article?
No.
Oh,
I haven't done Ty's yet.
Oh.
But I will point out everything I come across. And so I hope I didn't sound douchey when I replied. I tried to be as diplomatic and as nice about it as I could, and I just pointed out all the things I found wrong. So yeah, sometimes I'll do it. I don't get a lot of requests for it, but if you want to send me a sample of something that you're curious about, you can use the contact form on writersanctuary.com. That gets sent to me directly, so I can take a look at the email. And oh wow, that might be opening floodgates. Now everybody's going to be sending me email, which is fine. And as long as I'm not like
Grammarly
20 or 30 emails a day, that I'm sure I can handle it.
What is your opinion of Grammarly? Do you use it?
Grammarly. I did a video recently on Grammarly. I don't use the website app itself, but I do have the Chrome extension installed, and I love the Chrome extension because it works with WordPress. In fact, it works with any online form that you fill out. And since I do a lot of work in WordPress, it's like having a spell checker and grammar checker built directly into WordPress, so I don't have to worry about trying to do it through Jetpack or anything like that. It's great. It works awesome. Now, there is a con to it, though. It's got a lot of pros. I like it. It tells you all the things on how to fix your stuff. It even breaks down why you should fix it and why it makes sense to do it a certain way. But it's also an automated system, and not every automated system is 100% accurate. So there's times where I'll be writing and it'll say that this is wrong when it's clearly not. But it's not very often. So I would say it's a great system to use. I don't know if I would pay money for it, though. Maybe it could be an investment if you're planning on doing more freelance writing. It's a solid system. I never was a big fan of it because I'm a firm believer in learning grammar properly instead of having automated systems do it. But with Grammarly, it teaches you how to do it, and so that's one of the highlights to it for me. Is it'll actually teach you. And so once you start doing it over and over and over and reading what Grammarly is telling you to do, then it gets stuck in your head, and you start creating better content anyway. So it's a good system. I like it. Like I said, it's installed on my Google Chrome right now, and I go through everything, and it helps me edit my team's articles. It finds mistakes that I skipped. Like there's a few times where I'll be writing my stuff and I'll completely misspell something, or I'll forget a comma or something, and it'll point it out to me. So it's great to have that backup. But yeah, I would probably pay for it, especially if you're new. That would probably be a good investment. But yeah, I haven't tried all the other systems yet, but I do like Grammarly.
Everybody uses Grammarly for schoolwork.
Yeah, see, it's quite popular. And if Grammarly is looking for a
spokesperson,
God, I was going to say sponsor, but they would be a sponsor. If Grammarly is looking for a spokesperson with 300 subs, I'm your guy. That's what matters. But anyway, yeah, it's good. I'd say give it a try. The free version is great. You can play around with it. Like I said, I use the free Chrome extension, and it's kind of cool because it'll send you emails about how you've done for the week. So if you create a bunch of content, and if you used more unique words than other writers, like right now it keeps telling me that I am in the 97th percentile of all writers on Grammarly for using unique content. Unfortunately, it's also picking up when I edit my team's work, so it's not exactly accurate for me on stats because of that. But it does offer quite a bit, so it's definitely worth looking into. I like it. I have a habit of giving long ass answers.
That's okay.
Actually, get to the damn point already.
Or repeating yourself like 5 times in the same answer.
Yeah, I'm terrible at repeating myself. I think part of that is because I don't want dead air, and I don't want to sit there and just look stupid at the camera. And so I'll try to make things last longer.
Try and stretch things out a little bit, and then you're the Department of Redundancy department.
Yeah, then I start repeating myself like I just did. But then, yeah, you get stuck. That's why. Oh, there's one video I was doing. I said, "Oh yeah," so many times. Oh, but yeah,
yeah.
You can make a drinking game out of it. Every time he says, "But yeah," I take a shot.
Would make it through the video.
Oh god, it's only a 5-minute video. You'd be drunk before it even got halfway through. I try to be good about it, but sometimes it just.
I hate that when you suddenly pick up a word that you're using and you notice it, so then every time it comes out of your mouth, you're like, "Damn it!" For a long time, mine was like, and it like no, not in the Valley Girl sense, but I would be like, yeah, see, total Valley Girl. But and then every time you hear that word come out of your mouth, you're like, "Damn it! Find a new word."
Dude.
Groovy.
I say groovy a lot. Picked that up from Army of Darkness.
Yeah.
Ash. Bruce Campbell.
You haven't watched any of the...
I watched the first season, so...
Well, go you.
Yeah. Rock on. Evil Dead on Netflix. Oh, but anyway, I think my legs are starting to sweat. So I think that's telling me that it's A, hot in here, B, time for me to get up and move around. So I'm sorry that the first half of the video got screwed up by a disconnection. I don't know what to do about that.
Get a new microphone.
I've got those.
I know, we need to try them.
Kind of heavy duty. And I've got an attachment that hooks up USB. I just don't know if it works for computers or if it was just for the PlayStation.
Just try it.
Should. If I wasn't worried about things crashing right now, I'd go ahead and plug it in and give it a shot right now. But
no, it would shut your computer down again.
Yeah, it would crash. Smoke, flames.
Right.
Oh, so I've never seen a computer catch on fire before until my daughter had one.
That thing lit on fire twice.
What happened was that there was a wire hanging off of one of, it was the fan, and it grounded out on the case. And so we're sitting there watching or doing something, and smoke started billowing out the back of the computer. It's like, I have never seen a computer actually catch fire before. Joel, that's my biggest problem with writing is finding alternate words or ways to say things, such as all the time. Right? Oh, one of my writers has a thing with what is it? Oh God, it's something that's really driving me nuts. I keep meaning to bring it up to him because he overuses the hell out of it.
Is it such as?
No.
For example.
Hey, I use for example and for instance all the time. However is another one. Have to sit and think. Yeah. That's there's what was it? What is it? Oh my God, I can't think of it now. That being said, that's what it is. Yeah. He uses it, that being said, like 4 or 5 times throughout the article, and he's been doing better with it. But so he'll do it in a tutorial, start writing it off, and then he'll do it. That being said, and if you do it once in the article, I'm okay. But then every other paragraph starts off with that being said, and I'm like, okay, now you're beating a dead horse.
Find something else.
So I'll go through. I'll change words around. Like another one of my pet peeves as an editor is if you use the same word twice in one sentence. So your nouns, proper nouns. So like if you're talking about WordPress and you use WordPress in the same sentence like I just did, that is bad. It creates awkward phrasing. And so I go through and I try to teach them how to not to do it. And so I'll go through and do alternatives, and then I'll show them this is how it looks much better. But when you're doing it for so long, I don't expect them to be like instantly fixed overnight. So, but yeah, never use the same noun in a sentence twice. Never start off the 2 sentences in a row with the same word or end it with the same word. That's another one that really drives me nuts. And I picked that up from writing for Textbooker, and once they keep flagging you with it, and they kind of beat it into me for 4 years. 2014, yeah, 5. I was working writing for 04, technically, writing for Textbooker full time from 2013 to 2017, and then I got picked up by Green Geeks, and so I haven't really done much. I've done a couple of articles on Textbooker, but not very many, because Green Geeks keeps me busy. But yeah, but see, I did it again. But yeah, I start off my sentence with, but yeah. So, however, is another one I use a lot. And I'll go through and reread some older articles I did on writersanctuary.com, and I'll see that I use like however over and over and over and over. So I have to go through and fix that because it drives me nuts. That's one of the hard things when you're writing stuff yourself and you're trying to be your own editor, is that a lot of things will get past you because you're not really thinking about it. Unless you go back to it like a week or two later, then you'll see all the different things that you missed the first time. And so
I try
best to go through.
A lot of times I try and go through his stuff, and I'll send him screenshots with stuff circled. I'm like, this doesn't work.
Were you meant to say this? So that's kind of helpful. Then I'll let out a sigh. All right, and then I'll fix it. Because like I'll write it, I'll read it, and then I'll reread it all in the same day. And so you don't really catch all those things. But if you come back to it later, then it gets pretty obvious. So I think Textbooker suggests using however in the middle of the sentence, some sort of passive or active voice thing. Yeah. It depends on the circumstance. Like however is a Jesus, what is it? No, it's a I can't think of it. But yeah, it's along the lines of that. But even if you use it at the very beginning, it's still an active voice. Oh, my mind is blank. I know what you're talking about, though, and I agree to an extent. I'd rather. It depends, really. Sometimes it can be overused. I'm not a big fan of putting however, though, and as well as in the middle of sentences. Oh, well, as well as it is in the middle sentence, but there's another one that really bugs me when they put it in the middle. And sometimes you don't even need it. So you can probably just delete it most of the time. I do. Go through and like, I don't need that there. Delete.
What the heck was I thinking when I wrote that? Let's try that again.
Oh, I do that a lot. Like I've been going through trying to fix Writer Sanctuary's older articles and go through it. I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? When did I write this? Oh, 2014. That's why. So yeah, I went through. So yeah, I did it again.
Uh-huh.
I went through an article I wrote last year, and it's actually pretty good. You can definitely tell the difference in my style of writing. But when you start reading the very beginning of Writer Sanctuary, it's a train wreck. Sometimes I don't want to fix it just so I can look back at it and think,
and be like, "Oh,
wow, I came a long way.
That's some great improvement."
Oh yeah, right. Oh, but anywho is another one I've been using a lot tonight. Not all the time, just tonight. And I'm trying hard not to say anyway and anywho again. It's really hard because I'm trying to segue into not having dead air because no one wants to see me just
stare at the
camera, make you feel uncomfortable. And it makes me feel uncomfortable just sitting like that. So you try to put in filler so it's not awkward silence.
But I feel like that's what a lot of people do when they write too. They write that same way. Is they're just trying to fill things in, so they throw in words that you're like, I'm pretty sure that's excessive. I'm pretty sure it doesn't need to be there.
Textbooker is big on hammering you for filler. Filler and fluff. Don't ever add it. When you're trying to add to make to the because in Textbooker you have a certain amount of words, so you have to reach a minimum and a maximum amount of words that the client's going to pay you for. And so a lot of authors, especially when you're new, try to fill it with random, well, not necessarily random, but just content that really doesn't fit.
Strenuous content.
Yeah. Just so they can make the minimum amount of words. And I never did that because I'm the type of person who I will find other facts and information to add to the content to flesh out the topic more, to bring it out to that minimum amount of words. But you'll come across authors, new authors especially, where they just keep trying to add whatever they possibly can just so they make that word count. And Textbooker will hammer you for it. And the client hates it. Some clients, though, there was a few times where I thought for sure, oh, this is coming back because it was reading like crap and like, this is one of the worst pieces ever. But I submitted it anyway. And they wrote back with glowing reviews, 5 stars.
Great article. I love it so
awesome.
much.
Like, okay.
Whatever. Do we read the same article here? Like,
he was probably trying to email somebody else because that piece was crap. But hey, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and that's the same with freelance writing. You may think that something is terrible and sucks. And I think that a lot about my creative stuff. But then you come across people who think it is the most amazing piece of work ever, and all you can do is think to yourself, what? But you never know. And that's one of the things that I've been trying to work on lately is I'm extremely hard on myself. And I've thrown away so many different things when I was writing. And stories that probably could have done really well. I think they suck, so they must suck. I'll throw it away. Instead of letting my audience decide. Like, that's one of the reasons I started using Wattpad is I want to try getting stuff out there so people can read it. Give me critiques on it. Let me know what they think. And because I'm really super hard. And I was hoping to get somewhere with that. And
well, not only are you super hard, but you don't believe anybody besides strangers. You don't believe people that actually know you, that they're not just trying to send you fluff.
You're vibrating. Yeah, because I get in the frame of mind is that you're only telling me you like it because you're my friend, or you don't want to hurt my feelings, or your family. And so that all deals with imposter syndrome, is that when you don't believe that you're good enough, and you're worried that people are going to find you out for a fraud, and you don't have a lot of faith in your abilities. And I it's something I've been working on. I did a video on it in, I think it was December of last year. So if you're curious about that one, you can look back in that video about imposter syndrome and ways to get over it. And I'm doing a lot better. I don't have as much of a lack of faith in myself as I used to, but it's still there.
I think making yourself aware of it, you've done better.
Yeah.
Because you're now aware that you do that. So it's easier for you to stop and go, oh, I'm doing this again. Maybe I should reanalyze. Maybe I should rethink this.
Yeah. Because I'll go through, and instead of my default answer when someone complimented my work, it was like, I used to say, I try. That was my default. I try. Now I'm trying to get into the habit of saying thank you, and just let it be. And it's hard when you go through your life like that, because you don't have a lot of faith in yourself. It really puts a hamper on what you can do, because you're always thinking to yourself, this is going to be terrible. No one's going to want it. No one's going to watch it. No one's going to like it. And it really, it damages what you do to yourself. So it's something I'm trying to work on. I have no idea where that was going or how it started. So there's no segue to anything else. Oh, yeah, it's a rough one. But anywho, it is 7:50, so I am like almost an hour into farther than I wanted to be, and I really felt bad about the first stream was going great, and then 20 minutes, 30 minutes into it, 20 minutes into it, the computer reset, and so it was a mess trying to get everything back up. But thank you guys for joining Ron and Joel and everybody else who's watching. Sorry about the first half getting screwed up, and I just repeated myself.
Yes,
just
you did.
about it. But anyway, I think that's going to do it for me tonight. I'm going to go for a walk at least, stretch my legs. I'm sweaty. It's hot back here. I don't have any air conditioning. Yeah. Anyway.
Have a great night. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. And I will do a video and see you tomorrow.